on, everyone? Darkside Phil here, and welcome to a channel update, the final channel update I'm going to put up before... Sorry, I just ate a granola bar. It's like stuck in my teeth. But the final update I'm going to put up before I take some time off this weekend to hang out with Panda Lee, okay? So, I have a lot to talk about in a short amount of time. Some's good news, some unfortunately is bad news, but not so bad, and I'll explain why. In particular, we're going to talk about Project 7, which I know a lot of people are going to be like, whoa, what's going on with that? You know, originally I had a schedule of stuff that was going on. It even said that we were going to have the next episode done at the end of October, and it was going to be kind of like a Halloween special. Well, the status of all that will be in this video, but I have a lot of stuff I need to cover, okay? That being said, you can probably hear it a little bit. My voice is very hoarse. It's not that I have a sore throat or anything, but the past couple of days it's been like this, and I think it's because the seasons are actually changing. And this has also been one of the worst years for allergies in recorded history in the northeast of the United States, and I do have some allergies. So I've kind of had the sniffles for the past couple of days. My throat's been hoarse. Today, when I did the full, I had the full intention of doing the full story mode of Dead or Alive 5 and then trying to beat One Piece, but I didn't get a chance to do that. I did do some One Piece, but there wasn't a lot of footage, simply because, as you can hear, my voice was getting too hoarse, and I said I have to relax and rest it a little bit. So I'm actually glad that I'm taking some time off this weekend with Panda Lee, and not to say that we're not going to be recording, but we're not going to be recording anywhere near as much as I usually do. I think it'll give my voice a chance to rest up for next week, because there's some important stuff coming up next week that we're going to talk about that I need to have a voice for, okay? So, all that being said, basically, it is what it is. My voice is a little bit messed up, I apologize, but I'm taking time off this weekend to spend with Panda Lee. She's coming to visit me. In fact, she's actually on the train, en route here. She'll be here in about an hour. So I kind of have to move this video along and hurry up because I need to get stuff ready so I can go pick her up at the train station. But yeah, taking some time off, but what does that mean? It means you're not going to see as much gameplay every day, but there is going to be some gameplay, including she and I are going to try Dead or Alive 5 tag mode together and see how that works, because we haven't even played the tag mode yet, really, outside of story mode. So we want to see what it is. We may team up and try to play people online, although I don't really see how that's going to work because neither of us have really played the game enough to get, I really feel, a competitive feel for it. I would probably say maybe if I play with Bass or someone like that, I may be able to hang a little bit, but probably not too well. But there are a couple things in the game, tag achievements and such, that we may try to do. So we're going to have some Dead or Alive gameplay for you over on DSP Street Fighter. We're going to have some other gameplay, and originally we were going to do Family Guy, but Family Guy's been delayed until November, so we can't do that. Then we were going to do One Piece co-op, part of the Another Log mode. Problem with that now is that I haven't beaten the game, so I haven't unlocked all of it, and therefore I don't even know, you know, if that's even worth starting. Maybe that's something that I could save up and do co-op with John Rambo on a dead week later on in the future or something like that. I'm not sure, okay? So, what we may end up actually doing, there's this really weird game called Tokyo Jungle. If you don't know what it is, I don't blame you. It's this game that was a retail game in Japan, and now it's coming out as a PSN download. I think it came out this week. I gotta confirm that, but a game where all the humans have disappeared from Japan, and so the animals are let loose to take over. And it's your job to pick an animal and try to survive, and whether it's hunting, whether it's defense, whether it's creating a herd, a pack, and moving around. It's a really weird game. And there's actually animal mating in the game, I shit you not. And I thought this might be a cool game for us to check out and mess around with. So you may see something like that this weekend. Maybe we'll go back to our stupid horror game series that we started 2 months ago. I don't know what we're going to do, but there's going to be co-op gameplay on DSPGaming and also on DSP Street Fighter, okay? That's for this coming weekend. On Monday, Panda Lee will unfortunately be returning home, which means that once she gets on the train, I'm going to come back and probably play games for several more hours. What I'm going to attempt to try to do is beat One Piece, okay? So far I have 5 chapters left. I think the game has 17 chapters total, or 16 chapters total, so maybe it's 4 chapters left. And I think that if I put in another good 3 hours, 3-4 hours, I could probably beat it. But I need to be able to do that, and I can't do that, especially now with my voice being so hoarse and all this going on. So That's going to be coming up on Monday. Tuesday, Resident Evil 6. Big co-op. John Rambo and I are going to blow through the game just like we did with Borderlands 2. He's going to be coming here. We're going to be doing in-person co-op on Tuesday. And then we're going to see how far we get, possibly on Wednesday. I don't think he's going to come 2 days in a row, but we'll play online then until we beat it. We're hoping to beat it within a couple days. But we're really excited. This is the first time we got to play Resident Evil since the 2 DLCs, Lost in Nightmares and whatever the other one was, several years ago back on the Dark Side Phil channel, and those were very, very successful. In fact, if you check it out, the Lost in Nightmares DLC, which was one of the very first times John and I ever did co-op, actually, and huge views. I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of views, some of the highest viewed videos on the original Dark Side Phil channel. So we are thrilled to be able to do co-op again in Resident Evil 6. We're both very excited for the game. We are playing it on the Xbox 360 because unfortunately with PlayStation it's just so iffy to get mics working and sounding fine and having it play through the speakers and all that. We want to be sure we can hear each other and communicate, and that you'll be able to hear John say on Wednesday for the playthrough playing through the speakers. Therefore, it's the only way to do that foolproof is to play it on 360, so that's what we're doing. After we beat the campaign, later on in the week, I'm going to be doing multiplayer. Now, from what I'm going to understand, multiplayer has Mercenaries mode. There's a new mode where you play as the monsters trying to kill the main characters. I don't think it's clear how many people can be in a match or whatever yet, but I definitely want to play some of that, and Panda Lee is very excited. She loves Resident Evil. She'll be playing the game on her channel, Panda Lee Games, next week as well, and we're going to do some online play together, probably of Mercenaries, probably some other stuff, so that will be coming up next week as well. So, full coverage of Resident Evil 6 is coming next week, just so everybody knows, okay? Now, I also want to talk about the Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway, because Week 3 begins actually tomorrow, okay? You have 1 day left. If you're watching this right now, you still have time. You have 1 day left to enter Week 2's contest, which is for Top Gun Hard Lock for the Xbox 360. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a link in the description of this video. If you want to still enter, you still have a chance, but you got to do it quickly. Go over there and post up in the thread. That'll be your official entry, okay? Now, what that means is, yes, both Panda Lee and I will be making this video tomorrow where we'll announce who won Top Gun Hard Lock, and we'll also draw the next game out of the Hawken hat, okay? For Week 3's giveaway. But, unfortunately, I have some bad news. Not really bad news, it's good news. Actually, let me take that back. It's great news for you. It's bad news for the person who won Week 1 of the Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway, Mario 1 Chief, or 1 Mario Chief, whatever his name was. He never responded. So guess what? I still have the game. He never responded. Why would you enter the contest and then not monitor the website to see if you won? Why would you not watch the video last week to hear that you won? So, 1 Mario Chief, sorry, you took too long. Tomorrow what we'll be doing is re-picking a winner from the same thread for Spider-Man Friend or Foe. So tomorrow we're going to be giving away both Spider-Man Friend or Foe with a redraw and also Top Gun Hard Lock. So the news is, if you did enter for this, you have not lost. We're going to completely just start it over tomorrow. We're going to draw a new winner, okay? So 2 games being drawn tomorrow. Please listen, watch the video tomorrow, and then listen if you want. And if you did, contact me on the forums through a PM immediately. I sent this guy a PM. He never responded, and he never sent anything to me. So that's how I'm going to get all your contact information, find out how to send it to you, etc. So that's tomorrow, okay? Alright, last but certainly not least, excuse me, my voice is getting hoarse because now I'm talking for so long. I want to talk about Project 7 because I have critical information for everyone. There have been basically major changes, okay, to what we were going to do, to what we expect to do. Some things are up in the air, and let me explain. The original plan for Project 7 was that we were going to pump out 4 episodes, and then after episode 4 we were going to take a hiatus for the summer. We were going to come back in the fall, start working on episode 5, which is going to be a special Halloween-themed, horror-themed episode. And our plan was to get it out by the end of October, okay? So we took our hiatus during the summer. During that time, I actually amassed props and things. Like, I have props right here. I have props over there. All these things that I bought for the series, all these ideas that we had for this horror-themed episode, and we really were excited to start working on it. But we kind of just like dispersed, you know what I mean? Like, over the summer when John and I did co-op, we never talked about Project 7. I haven't seen Howard in a couple months, actually. Respect the Pact, we haven't seen them. We all just kind of said, okay, we're taking this break, it makes sense. And then we'll reconvene when we come back together in September. Well, here's what happened. Basically, the time came, and I kind of contacted everyone. I said, all right, everyone, let's maybe have a team meeting. Let's get back on the horse here. Let's figure out what we want to do with episode 5. Let's write the script. Let's do this. Let's do that. And unfortunately, we got a response from Respect to the Pact that we didn't expect. And basically, the news is this, without going into too much detail because it's a personal matter, but some personal stuff happened in the lives of the members of Respect to the Pact over the summer, okay? And one of them is no longer able to work at all on videos. Like, he went from this being his hobby to, you know, doing big effects and everything, and really pumping out videos for their own channel on YouTube, Respect the Pact, and also working on Project 7. And because of this life change that happened, he just can't do it anymore. He doesn't have the time. He has to reprioritize his life, which is acceptable. When you have a life-changing event that happens to you, you have to reprioritize your life. So I completely understand what happened. It just completely blindsided us because we had no clue that anything was going on and that there may be a chance that Respect the Pact may not be able to continue with the series. Now keep in mind, this is something that we've all been doing for fun. We didn't have a business relationship, a business arrangement where we said, oh, you know, here's a contract and you're signed for 3 years and you're going to do this and this and this. This was just kind of a bunch of guys coming together who had this really cool idea for a series and just shooting from the hip and throwing it out there. And, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, the acting was bad. Well, what do you expect? That's what I mean. The series wasn't something that had any set budget. It wasn't anything where we planned for years. When people actually go to do these serious videos, these serious web series, serious TV shows, they've planned these things for years in advance. They've blocked off shooting sets so that they're able to actually film for a certain amount of time without anyone interfering. Like, there's all these things that we didn't do. This was something, that's why it's such a miracle that I think the first 4 episodes came out as good as they did, because really we're working on you know, this is a bunch of amateurs coming together to try to do something entertaining. And for what we did with those first 4 episodes, getting over millions of views total on those videos, and seeing the hype and the excitement, people, you know, so excited for the episodes when they came out, and we're very pleased with what we've done with the series. Let's put it that way. But basically where we're at is this. Respect to the Pact. One member can't even continue to ever make videos. He's done. He's pretty much, that's it. I just don't have time for it anymore. I'm done. Excuse me. Now the other member of Respect the Pact is actually going to be working on the Respect the Pact YouTube channel, and it's going to be completely different, okay? Previously, they had done some Let's Plays because they had got partners with Machinima. They had done some, their original videos were all about effects. They had Real Life Pac-Man. They had the video where they got into a lightsaber battle with a chessboard, okay, pieces of chess pieces. Well, their channel's taking a new creative direction, and I don't know if anyone knew this, but actually the members of Respect the Pact have a Portuguese heritage. And, you know, their family and everything is from Portugal, and they actually speak Portuguese. What they've decided to do is something totally, completely different, okay? That channel is now going to become videos and video game playthroughs and all kinds of different content exclusively in Portuguese. So if you're Portuguese, or if you speak, you know, Portuguese, and you want to see cool content, then you can go there, and it's pretty much going to be like the destination on YouTube for Portuguese people, or Portuguese-speaking people, let me phrase, who are into gaming. That's the kind of stuff they're going to be putting out. Now, I haven't spoken to them about how frequently they're going to be putting out videos or anything like that, but I do want to let everyone know, I think that's cool. That's something completely unique. It's something completely different from what everyone else is doing, and regardless if it blows up and becomes hugely successful, it's still something that could put them on the map, okay? So that's what's going to happen with Respect to the Pact. Unfortunately, they're no longer able to even work on big projects and videos and stuff anymore because of some changes that have happened, and therefore what does this mean for Project 7? Let's get to the real subject matter at hand. Well, obviously I don't know, because I didn't have backup, production crews and video editors and people ready to work on Project 7. Let's put it that way. But the other thing that kind of is paired with this is that there's so many games coming out in the next few months. I mean, some of these weeks, like even right now, I'm kind of backed up, not being able to complete One Piece yet. And now we're talking about getting into Resident Evil, getting into weeks where there's going to be 3-4 games. It's going to be absolutely bonkers. And I'm kind of saying to myself right now, I don't realistically know how we even would have completed Episode 5 of Project 7. Now that I'm kind of thinking about it like that, I don't know what we would have done to find a way to do all this work and jam it in and get it done. I think I would have been too busy, completely honestly. And so maybe this is kind of a good thing to regroup. So what I want to say is Project 7 over as a series? No. Okay, let's put it that way. It's not that I'm canceling the series. It's not that, I'm a defeatist attitude. Oh, I can't believe this happened, and I'm all upset, and I'm being negative and everything. Because as we said, ever since this whole YouTube thing's been going on, I've been all about not being negative, trying to focus on the positive. The positive that I see is we have a great web series with 4 solid episodes already that has a big following and people that want to see it. And I know there's a lot of desire for the series to continue. And so I don't want to necessarily end the series. What I'm going to say is for now I'm going to shelve the series, okay? Until such a time in the future that maybe I have a little bit more time to work on it, to work on maybe looking for people who know video editing, who have filming experience, and they want to join the project with us. Maybe this time we'll actually look for some professionals who want to do like a business relationship, so that in the case that something like this happens, okay, well, we have a business relationship, we're professionals, we're going to find a way to still do the series, as opposed to what happened with respect to Pac. Those guys had no obligation, which I'm perfectly okay with their decision, because again, we have no obligation, no business relationship. When stuff happens, life-changing stuff happens, that stuff's more important than working on a web series, okay? So all for them to focus on the things they need to focus on and take care of the stuff in their own lives and make sure that everything is going smoothly there. So maybe I'll take a different attitude towards Project 7 the next time around. Maybe I will schedule out set times and dates when we're going to be working on it, and have a schedule and have a budget and have a professional crew, and we're going to work on it. I don't know. I can tell you right now is this. I'm way too busy, and I'm pretty much booked to the end of 2012 to worry about it, okay? So what I'm going to say is I'm shelving Project 7 as a series for now. It's on what we like to call in the business indefinite hiatus. Meaning, it doesn't mean that it's gone, it doesn't mean that it's never coming back, it just means that for the foreseeable future, I'm not focused on it. Right now I want to focus on YouTube for the next several months, working on the games that I want to play till the end of the year, and then maybe in early 2013, kind of sitting down and reevaluating, reassessing things and seeing if then I have enough time to really focus on it again. So, I apologize to all the fans of Project 7. This was not something that we foresaw happening. By no means did anyone involved in the project think that anything like this would happen. And it wasn't like Respect the Pact is just bailing without any kind of very important self-searching and thinking. Really, it's very important that other things that are more important things get focused on at this time, and I completely respect that decision. I'm not upset in any way. I am a little bit disappointed that unfortunately we can't give you, the fans and viewers, what we were promising you, but that's what happens in this kind of a deal, in this kind of a business and industry. Stuff happens, stuff changes, and if you don't have, I'm not big time, if I were big time and I was working with a film studio, then this would be a horrible problem. What do you mean the film studio said they can't film this film? But that's not the situation. This is just a bunch of guys getting together to try to do this really homebrewed, grassroots kind of a deal, funny web series for everyone. And am I disappointed? A little bit, yes, that I can't continue with it the way that I wanted to, but hey, Project 7 started out originally as just some stupid bunch of little videos, you know what I mean, that turned later on, 2 years later, into this huge project. Who's to say that 2 years from now that it might not blow up into something even bigger, okay? So, Project 7, I apologize to everyone, but unfortunately it is on indefinite hiatus as of now. As things change, as time passes, when I have more time to reassess things, then I will look again at it and see if it's something that I would like to continue in the future with maybe a different push and attitude. But as of right now, that's pretty much it. So unfortunately, I apologize. I won't have any details about Project 7 or future episodes for quite some time, but I will let you know when I do and when that time comes. Hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later, okay? Alright, so that's it for the channel update. That was a lot of information. Actually, I have to get going because Panda Lee's going to be at the train station in about 45 minutes, so I need to pop this video in and code it and get this stuff ready to go so that I can head to the train station and pick her up. So that's it for the final channel update before I take time off this weekend. Again, check out DSPGaming. It's during the weekend. You're going to see some gameplay, whether it's One Piece, whether it's Tokyo Jungle, whether it's scary games, whether it's something. There's going to be some footage here, and you're going to see Dead or Alive co-op footage, and possibly even versus footage, I don't know, over on DSP Street Fighter with myself and Panda Lee. And then coming back on Monday, going to play more One Piece, and then Tuesday, Resident Evil 6 co-op. And the reason I'm kind of doing all this too is I don't know if I'm even going to do a weekend preview on Monday, to be honest, simply because I might not have time. It might be like Panda Lee goes on the train, I rush home, I play through One Piece as much as I can, maybe try to beat it, and then that's it. So, alright, that's it. Thanks everyone for for listening to the whole video. I know it's very long, a lot of information, but I know that a lot of people wanted to hear about Project 7 and other things that are going on. Remember, again, the contest tomorrow. Come back tomorrow night, Friday night, and we'll be raffling off. We're not raffling off, we're picking 2 winners. You can still enter for game number 2, and then we'll announce what game will be for week 3. Thanks a lot, everyone. I'm Darkside Phil. Peace out.